This is Minstead on Thursday the 7th of May, 2026. So the moves you did tonight, beginner moves, as always, you'll find proper teaching videos, all the beginner moves, down there. There's links to the descriptions, links to the videos. But the intermediates, they went like this, and said, we started off with the almost pretzel turns, and then we went into the secret rock steps, like that. And there's a little unchanged hands there, so you go into the final move, which was this. Some Ochos with a Walkaround. Like that. Right, so, starts off man's left, ladies right. Ready, bye-bye. Ready for the almost pretzel turn. So, push your way, take a step back, and you signal with your right arm and a half motion behind your back. Ladies, you have to now try and go for that hand, because you don't know otherwise in freestyle. So then you're going to side step into the left, you're going to sweep your left hand towards the back and up. The lady tries to take hold of your hand, she turns to her right, which is the whole point of it. Take your hand away before she can get hold of it. Immediately then, you now turn to your left to face your lady, you're going to face her back as you can start to swap sides. Change hands above the heads. Turn the lady a second time clockwise and step back as you finish swapping sides. Finish off with a return and step back and signal for a secret move variation. This is the secret rock steps. So fellas, you're going to step in, then you take your right hand across your chest up to your left shoulder, like a yo-yo. The lady takes hold of the hand down by your hip. And now men, you need to take your right hand out to the right, so out in front of you first, straighten it, and it's going to go up and over the lady's head, so the lady's turning to her right. And then you're both going to step onto your right foot with the man facing the lady's back. Hands down to waist level. Try and straighten your arms too, rather than sort of like that, okay? Straighten your arms, hands at waist level. So maybe you use both hands now, keeping them at waist level, arms straight, to lead your lady to step onto her left foot, as you do so too, and then onto the right foot. And now you're going to both step back onto your left foot, and then you sweep your right hand up and out and over the lady's head, turn the lady out, and step back to face with a crossed hand hold. For the final move, we need to make sure we start off man's left, the lady's right. So we're just going to bounce in, uncross hands, and step back out. So you've got man's left, lady's right. So this last move is a Django move. We're going to start off with some like Argentine tango ochos, okay? Where you describe like a figure of 8. That's ocho is 8 in Spanish. So you're going to step in square on to begin with, okay? And if you're doing proper Argentine tango, you'd have to do like a balanceo and all sorts of things. But in Jive, this is a Django move, we can push and pull a little bit, because this isn't proper Argentine tango. So fellas, what you're going to be doing, you need to lead with your chest, okay? So as you move your chest, your arms move, you have a frame, okay? And all you're doing is you're sidestepping from foot to foot, whilst you lead with your chest. So your shoulders describe a figure of 8, an ocho, okay? Which will make your lady do an ocho too. So all the man doing is just sidestepping like this. Ladies, what you're going to be doing, we'll just do it. So fellas, you need to twist to your right, makes the lady twist to her right too. Ladies, your weight is on your left foot. So men, you're now just sidestepping to your right, which will make the lady step back on her right foot. Okay, sort of slide it across the floor there. And then, men, you're going to start to twist to your left. Ladies, your weight is still on your right foot. So the ladies, you're pivoting to your left there, and you close your feet. And now, because men, you've twisted so the lady's back is facing the opposite direction. These are backward ochos, by the way. So then you're sidestepping to your left now, as ladies, you step back on your right foot. Sorry, your left foot. So then you bring your feet together, ladies, and now we're going to do one last ocho. So then ladies, you're pivoting on your left foot, you twist to your right, and now, men, you're now going to just do one last side step. Ladies step back on the right foot, but then you now need to step in quite close. You take your right hand round behind the lady's back, so your right hand's on the lady's hip. Sink down as well, because we want the lady to sink down a little bit too. So you bend your knees slightly, so the lady's left foot is now pointing out along the floor in front of her. So the lady's weight is completely on her right foot, the ball of her right foot, and then you're now going to walk backwards round your ladies. You're just sort of shuffling more than anything else. Whilst keeping this position, keeping this hold. Ladies, you can lean on the man's hand here, and you can obviously put your weight onto the man's shoulder too. So here we go. So we're just going to rotate about half a turn, we're all pivoting on the lady's right foot. Men are moving, okay? So here we go. So 1, 2, 3. So we've done a about half a turn. And then we just finish off. You can stand up properly, as many take your left hand through in between, up and over the lady's head, and step back to face. Just want to show you the Ochos a little bit more. So ladies, when you do Ochos, your feet are together to begin with, and you slide backwards, together. Your feet should be together when you pivot, and then slide back, together as you pivot, okay? That's the sort of look we're after, okay? Try and keep your heels to the floor if possible as you slide, rather than sort of just stepping back, okay? Try and slide. There is literally tons and tons and tons of technique on this. There's so much subtlety too, but come to the classes, okay? All right, thank you.